Okay, so here we are in the morning. Last night I managed to turn it on, which was great news. That was awesome. Got the carburetor and everything cleaned out. It's using the Chinese car, but anyways. Today, what I noticed yesterday when I parked it is an oil leak from right here. So it's to be expected. I just put WD-40 on all these bolts right now, just to make it easier to take this whole cover off. So I'm gonna drain the oil. This bolt right here happens to be a 12 millimeter. Looks a little bit rounded. I'm gonna replace that with the new copper washer. Those don't need to be over tightened. If you over tighten them, you will snap a piece. You'll snap the case. So don't do it. It's not necessary. This 19 millimeter. We're gonna remove this. Take this off. And I noticed this was leaking oil yesterday when I was running it. So it was sitting here dripping oil. I'm assuming the oil pump is still in here. So we're gonna take care of that. Replace the copper washer. Why? Because when you squeeze this down, it squeezes and compresses itself. So this helps seal the oil better, so it prevents leaks. Some people over tighten it trying to prevent the leak and they snap the bottom of the case. Don't do that. Do it the right way. Oh, sorry. That's it. So for next time, WD-40. You know why? Because it makes it easier to take it back off. And it prevents rust to build up. So I got this on. Work, just be easy. Bam, it comes off. So we're gonna clean this off. So got the clutch lever all loose, the clutch cover loose, and I realized that this interferes with removing the clutch cover. So what we're gonna do is, it's a bolt up here. This is a 12 millimeter. This is a 12 millimeter with an Allen. Get you one of these, it'll be easier, and then snap it off first and then loosen it up. Hopefully this piece doesn't land on my leg. Let me just take that bolt. So I like to WD-40 all these bolts to prevent them from seizing and rust future use. So this comes down. So right here, we gotta loosen this whole bracket down so this cover comes out. I'm gonna use this. I already WD-40 these to make quick work. Put that to the side. Put that. Got too many bolts over there. And this like so. So don't lose this spring. This spring goes back here. Leave it dangling. That's pretty much out of the way. You gotta just be gentle, and the reason is you gotta pop the seal around the kickstart. Now that this is off, we pull back gently. Oh, lovely. That's a beautiful sight. You know why? Because the clutch basket has no grooves, it's not chewed up, looks in great condition. That makes me feel good. Hell yeah. The transmission shifted smooth regardless, so that's a huge plus. So what we're gonna do here is remove this, pull this all out. This is the oil pump right here. So as of right now, for sure, definitely need a gasket. Look at this, ridiculous. We're gonna clean this out, a dowel. Do not lose these. So this went in like so, just so I don't forget. Crankcase in. Is there another one? There's no other one. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cut this in a way where I can still use this rubber grommet to seal the housing so nothing gets into here. We're gonna order an oil injection delete kit to kind of block off this, a block off plate. We're gonna clean this whole cover off. Nice. So instead of ordering the oil delete kit, like the block off plate, had an idea of using the same pump. So what I did, just plugged up the ports, because what this does essentially is just, it uses the plastic gear to spin. So that spin kind of creates the, so if this is not working with the back, there's no way for it to kind of build oil or move it. So what I'm gonna do, got a gasket that I found from one of my other projects, and it fits. I'm gonna use some of this stuff real quick, put it around the edge. Easier yet, I'm gonna put it around the gasket. Just a little film, really thin. I got a little bit on my finger, slightly. This just promotes, since I'm never gonna move this again, just wanna make sure. So what I did was I gutted the oil pump. Nothing crazy, just took the pin out of this. This is what spins, so when the pump, when the oil and everything's flowing on the gear, this is what spins, kind of pumps the oil over here. So block this off. You shouldn't have nothing to worry about. And then we're gonna put this back in. It's gonna help prevent oil. All right, guys, got this cover cleaned up. Got the oil pump back on. So what I did, essentially, I just took the pin and the gear out that connects into the transmission that kind of pumps this like that. So that way I don't have to get an oil block off plate, and just used a gasket that I had laying around, sealed it with some right stuff, and I put that around the gasket and a little bit on the pump, put it back. And this is not going to be pumping anymore, so what I did was put a cover on both of these. This is where the hose runs up into, and then you remember there was a little bushing of some sort on this part. So that rubber piece I turned into this. So this is how it was, and this hose running through it. So put some of that right stuff in there, kind of sealed it as well. So the goal is to put this in here like so. That way nothing gets down in there. Awesome. Better than expected. So that's on there. I got the bolts soaking in WD-40. I ordered the gasket last night, a Tusk clutch cover gasket. Here, set and ready. Put the bolts back in. These 4, so this is not dancing around. Everything's good. You see what I did with the top part right here? I'm gonna wipe the whole edge with alcohol to make sure it creates a nice surface. Don't forget the dowel pin. One there, one here. Put this. And what I'm doing right now is sliding the piece over the dowel pins first, because that's what's going to hold the gasket up while I install everything else. Now remember, this has got to go through here. It's going to require some force. Smooth. Let it fall into place. Okay, I'm back. I just put the foot peg back on. 14mm bolt. This is an Allen right here on this side. So be wary. Loosen this up first till they both spin, then use the thing so you don't strip that Allen. 12mm back here. Don't forget this spring. And it's 8 bolts for everything, including these. So you saw what I did with this piece. This is where the hose comes out to the oil injection. And we block off the port in the back of the carburetor. This is a Chinese carb. Yours would probably be up here. So we remove that. Remember to block off the 2 ports on the oil pump. You don't have to necessarily remove everything like I did. Just remove the pin, the 2 clips, and the white wheel, the white plastic wheel. Gaskets on. Awesome. Tusk for the win. I'm gonna put oil in it. It's 650 milliliters, and you already know I like Yamaha Lube, so Yamaha Lube 1040 has not done me wrong. I use it in another blaster that you guys will see shortly. It'll probably hopefully fit over there. But I use Yamaha Lube 1040 in that. That's got 220 hours on it. It's original clutch, works like day one. So never fails. So I like Yamaha Lube 1040. JAS-OM certified. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this little trick down here. This is Jose with Stay Motivated. Like and subscribe. Hope this works out for you guys. Save some money as well. Till next time.